Well, AM Extra is digging deeper now. We want to know what the ramifications and the global impact will be as this invasion continues.
Joining us live now is Associate Professor of Political Science at Lewis and Clark College, Leah Gilbert. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, before this invasion happened, a lot of us thought that Vladimir Putin was just involved in brinksmanship, trying to get maybe economic concessions from the rest of the world. Does it surprise you that he actually did invade Ukraine?
I thought it was likely that Russian forces would invade, but I was surprised at how broad the military action has been thus far. Like other experts who focus on Russian domestic politics, I thought that the significant domestic cost to internal regime stability in Russia would prevent Putin from launching a large-scale invasion. Putin could expect Russia to be hit with harsh sanctions that would hurt Russia's already stagnant economy, and protests from last year would be revived by the combination of the war and the economy. But it appears that Putin doesn't believe that those costs would be significant enough, or he's willing to bear them. The situation is a very dynamic one, as you've mentioned in your report, but it's clear that a major military assault from Russian forces is underway in Ukraine. As you've also reported, there's been shelling and missile strikes in multiple locations in Ukraine, including the capital, Kyiv. And according to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, as of Thursday evening, over 100 Ukrainian soldiers and civilians have been killed, but likely this number is greater now. And there are also multiple reports that Russian forces are advancing to Kyiv.
So up until this point, the Western world has reacted here through, condemnation and sanctions. Of course, we've reported that Ukraine is not a member of NATO. What does this invasion mean for the global community in terms of reaction, and how could the situation change if this escalates to involve NATO countries?
Well, the security architecture that was built in Europe after the end of the Cold War is seriously challenged by these events. Putin is seeking to restore the great power status of Russia on the international stage and is seeking to assert the right for Russia to have preeminent influence in its so-called near abroad, which includes countries like Ukraine. Putin is proving with his actions his disregard for Ukraine's sovereignty. However, I don't think that his actions in Ukraine signify a broader intention to restore the boundaries of the Soviet Union, as some have been claiming. For one, there would be considerable costs for Putin to do this, especially as the three Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania are part of NATO. Just yesterday, President Biden affirmed the US's commitment to collective defense under Article 5.
To help de-escalate the crisis or help the Ukrainians?
I think that remaining unified in their condemnation of Russia's aggressive actions toward Ukraine is paramount here. They also need to remain unified in their resolve to make this a very costly course of action for Putin. For example, yesterday, the US and the EU announced significant sanctions will be imposed on Russia. President Biden has said that the world will hold Russia accountable, and he and other world leaders need to show firm resolve in doing just that.
All right, Leah Gilbert, thank you for joining us on AM Extra this morning. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.